Making English easy for everyone.
Speak English with Jay and May.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English with Jay and May, your cozy little place to build your English confidence. I'm May.
Hello, May, and hello, everyone. I'm Jay. How are you today, May?
I'm doing amazing, Jay. Actually, I woke up this morning with so much energy, I already asked myself like 5 questions before breakfast.
Wait, what? You asked yourself questions before breakfast? Like, what kind of questions?
You know, like, what should I eat today? Where did I put my phone? Why am I so tired? The usual morning chaos.
Oh, wow. That's so relatable. I do that every single morning.
Right? And you know what's funny? All of those questions, they all started with one little word. What, where, why? These are what we call WH questions. And today, that is exactly what we are talking about.
Oh, I love this topic. So we're talking about how to ask questions in English, right? Like the real questions people use every day?
Exactly. What, where, when, who, why, and how. 6 powerful little words. And once you master them, Jay, I'm telling you, your English conversations will feel so much more natural.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, so let me start with a quick story. When I first moved to a new city, I was completely lost. I didn't know anyone, I didn't know where anything was, and I was too shy to ask for help.
Oh no, what did you do?
I just walked around looking confused for like 2 hours, and all I needed to do was ask one simple question. Excuse me, where is the nearest subway station?
That's it? Just one question could have saved you 2 hours?
2 hours, Jay. 2 hours. And that's the thing. So many English learners know vocabulary, they know grammar, but they feel scared or unsure about how to ask questions. And questions are how you connect with people.
That's so true. I feel that sometimes too. Like, I want to ask something, but I don't know how to start the sentence.
And that is exactly why we are here today. So let's break it down one by one. Let's start with the easiest and most common one. What?
Okay, what? I use this one a lot, actually.
Yes. What is your best friend? You use it when you want information about a thing or an idea. What is your name? What do you do? What time is it?
Oh, so what is basically asking about things or information, right?
Perfect, you got it. And here's the interesting part. What can also show surprise or reaction. Like if someone tells you something shocking, you say, "What?" with just one word.
Oh, yeah. Like when my friend told me he ate pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I said, "What?"
See? That's completely natural English. Now, let's talk about where. This one is all about location. Where is the bathroom? Where do you live? Where are we going?
So where is always about a place.
Yes, and this is where things change a little. Sometimes where can feel very casual and sometimes more formal. Where are you from is super common in conversations with new people.
Oh, I love that one. I always want to ask people where they're from, but sometimes I feel it's too personal.
No, it's completely fine in casual conversation. It's a friendly question. It shows interest. People love talking about where they're from, trust me.
Okay, good to know. What about when? That's another big one, right?
Yes, when is all about time. When is your birthday? When does the movie start? When did you arrive? It's super simple but very useful.
So if I want to make plans with someone, I need when a lot.
Exactly. When are you free? That's one of the most practical sentences in English. You will use it almost every week.
I actually never thought about it that way. It's like each word has its own job.
Oh, I love how you said that, Jay. Yes, each word has its own job. What works on things, where works on places, when works on time, And now, who. This one is about people.
Right, like who is that or who called you?
Yes, and who is also great for building connection. Who is your favorite teacher? Who do you look up to? These questions show you care about the other person.
You mean like who helps you go deeper in a conversation?
Exactly. Small talk starts with what and where, but when you use who and why, that's when the conversation gets really interesting. And speaking of why, this is my favorite one.
Really? Why is why your favorite?
See what you just did there? You used why perfectly. Why is all about reason. Why did you do that? Why is the sky blue? Why do you like English?
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize I used it naturally. I just said it.
That's the magic of WH questions. When you understand them, they come out naturally. You don't have to think too hard.
Okay, but wait. Why can sometimes feel a little aggressive, right? Like if someone asks, why did you say that? It sounds a little intense.
Oh, great point, Jay. Yes, tone matters a lot with why. If you say it softly and with a smile, it sounds curious. If you say it sharply, why did you do that? It sounds like you're upset.
Oh, so it's not just the word, it's how you say it.
Exactly. The word is the same, but the music of your voice changes the meaning completely. We call that tone or intonation.
You mean like the way your voice goes up or down?
Yes, perfect. Okay, and now the last one, and honestly, one of the most powerful, how.
How feels a little different from the others, though. It doesn't start with WH. Well, it does, but it sounds different.
Good observation, Jay. Yes, how is a little unique. It's not asking about a thing, a place, a time, or a person. How asks about the way something happens. How do you make coffee? How does this work? How are you?
Wait, how are you? That's like the first thing we learned in English, and it's a WH question?
It's a how question, but yes, it belongs to the same family. And here's the interesting part. How is also great for learning. How do you say this? How do you spell that? Learners who ask how questions improve much faster.
Wow, I never thought about it like that. Using how to ask and learn more.
You won't believe what happened next. I had a student once who was super quiet, never spoke in class. But one day, she just raised her hand and asked, how do you use this word in a real sentence? And from that one question, her English changed completely.
Really? Just from asking one question?
Because asking questions opens doors. It shows the teacher you're engaged. It shows people you're interested. And it helps you remember things much better.
Okay, so I want to make sure I got everything. We have what, things and information, where, places, when, time, who, people, why, reasons, and how, the way things happen.
Jay, did you just summarize it perfectly?
I think I did. Am I good or am I good?
You are very good. Okay, so now let's make it even more real. Imagine you just arrived in a new country for the first time. You're at the airport, you have a suitcase, and you have no idea where to go.
Oh, that's a stressful image.
Right? But if you know your WH questions, you are completely fine. You walk up to someone and you say, "Excuse me, where is the exit?" Done. Problem solved.
Okay, that's easy, but what if I need more information, like I need to find my hotel?
Great. So then you ask, how do I get to this hotel? Or maybe you're not sure about the time. When does the next bus leave? See? Every problem has a WH question attached to it.
Oh wow, it's like a toolkit. Every question word is a different tool.
I love that. Yes, think of it as your English toolkit. And the more comfortable you are with these tools, the more confident you feel in every situation.
Okay, so here's something I'm curious about. What's the correct way to build the question? Like, sometimes I get confused about the grammar inside the question.
Oh, good question. Okay, so the basic structure is simple. WH word, then your helping verb, then the subject. Where are you going? What do you need? When did she arrive?
You mean like the helping verb are, do, did comes right after the question word?
Exactly. And this is where things change a little for learners. In a regular sentence, you say, you are going home. But in a question, you flip it. Where are you going? The helping verb jumps to the front.
Oh, so the verb moves. That's the trick.
That's the trick. And once you know this trick, making questions becomes so much easier. Your brain starts doing it automatically.
What about who? Because I've heard people say, who is she? But also, who did you call? They feel a little different to me.
Great ear, Jay. So, who is she? Here, who is asking about the subject, the person we're talking about. But who did you call? Here, who is the object. You called someone, and we want to know who that someone is.
Wait, that's a little deep. So who can be asking about two different things in the sentence?
Yes, but don't stress about the grammar labels too much right now. The good news is both sentences sound natural and people will understand you perfectly. Just practice saying them out loud and your ear will catch it.
Okay, yeah, practice out loud. I need to do that more.
Always. English is a spoken language. You have to use your mouth, not just your eyes. Okay, Jay, let me tell you one more fun thing about WH questions before we go to vocabulary.
Oh yes, what is it?
Here, you can combine question words, like what time does the show start? See that? What plus time together.
Oh, that's cool. So what time, what place, what kind? You can add nouns after what?
Exactly. What kind of music do you like? What time do you wake up? What color is your car? It gives you so much more power in conversations.
I'm going to start using these so much now. Honestly, this conversation is making me feel more confident already.
That's exactly what we want. Okay, let's go to our vocabulary moment. I'm going to highlight 5 useful phrases that came up in today's talk.
Yes, I love this part.
Okay, number 1, excuse me. This is how you politely get someone's attention before asking a question. It's soft, it's respectful, it's used everywhere.
Like, excuse me, where's the bathroom? You always say it before the question to sound polite.
Perfect. Number 2, I was wondering. This is a softer, more polite way to ask something. Instead of jumping straight to the question, you say, I was wondering, when does the store close?
Oh, so it makes the question sound less direct, like you're being gentle.
Exactly. It's great when you're talking to someone you don't know well or in a more formal situation. Number 3, could you tell me? Another polite question opener. Could you tell me where the nearest bank is?
So instead of just, where is the bank, you say, could you tell me where the bank is? And it sounds much nicer.
Yes, the meaning is the same, but the feeling is completely different. Number 4, what do you mean? This one is super useful when you don't understand something and you want clarification.
Oh, I use that one. Like in a meeting or a class when someone says something confusing. Sorry, what do you mean?
Exactly right, and it's not rude at all. It shows you're listening and you want to understand. People respect that. And number 5, how come? This is a casual, informal way to ask why. How come you didn't call me instead of why didn't you call me?
Oh, interesting. So, how come and why mean the same thing, but how come sounds more casual.
Yes, why is neutral. How come is friendly and conversational. You'd use it with friends, family, close coworkers, not in a job interview.
Good to know. Don't say, how come you hired me in an interview?
Please don't. Okay, so let's do a quick recap before we close. Today we talked about 6 WH question words. What, where, when, who, why, and how. Each one has its own job. What is for things, where is for places, when is for time, who is for people, why is for reasons, and how is for the way things happen.
And we also talked about how tone matters, especially with why, and how you can combine what with other nouns like what time or what kind.
You were taking mental notes this whole time, weren't you?
Always. This is my English class.
And the big message today is don't be afraid to ask questions. In English, asking questions is a sign of intelligence. It shows confidence. It starts conversations. It builds friendships.
I love that. Asking questions is confident, not weak.
Exactly. The people who improve the fastest in English are the ones who ask the most questions, to teachers, to friends, to strangers. Every question is practice.
Okay, so now I have a question for our listeners.
Oh yes, go ahead.
All right, everyone, here is your challenge for today. In the comments, write one question using any WH word. It can be a question for us, a question for another listener, or just a question you always wanted to ask in English. Any question.
We would love to read them all. And honestly, writing your question in the comments is already real English practice, so don't be shy.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer here. Just write something and see how it feels.
And before we go, if this episode helped you even a little bit, please hit that subscribe button. We make a new episode every single day, and we would love to have you here with us every morning.
Every day, people, a brand new episode every single day. So there's always something new to learn and practice with us.
We'll see you tomorrow with another episode. Until then, keep speaking, keep asking questions, and keep growing. You are doing amazing.
Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.